This is Outside the Round with Matt Burrill, a Raise Rowdy podcast.
Eli Winders, my man, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Doing well, dude. Doing well. I'm like all jacked up. I go to this coffee joint like right around the corner from here. It's like one of those little shed like drive up coffee places called Elevate, and they put like an extra shot of espresso in for me today, and I'm like all jacked up right now, dude. Like ready to go. I'm like all jacked up Mountain Dew. How's your week been going?
It's been going great. We got back from Louisville last night. I went out with the Whiskey Jam crowd.
Yeah, dude. How was that?
It was really cool. It's cool to just get out of town. I love being on the road, and the Whiskey Jam team is just great.
Yeah.
And it was good to get out of town with them and just take it to another city. But it was awesome. A good crowd and a good place to sing too. So
yeah, it's that PBR in Louisville, right?
Yeah, it was great. Like I said, there was a great crowd, and they were really receptive to like original music.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like sometimes it's hard to get a crowd to like care about like original music, especially like a lot of unreleased stuff. But they were great. They loved it. So
yeah, it's tough. We've like taken that concept out of town. It has to be in the right spot.
exactly.
You know, like there's little pockets of it. Like if you go to like Key West Songwriters Festival, like if it's branded as like a songwriter thing, the original music stuff makes sense. Or like places like the Floribama or like Myrtle Beach or things like that where the live music lives. But yeah, it seems like Ward's been doing a great job with that up at the PBR. And I saw him recently. We were up at the Comb show in Cincinnati, and they have like the Whiskey Jam stage up there. And he said, dude, honestly, the best part of that is everybody on the bus going up and coming back together. It's like the bonding of that bus trip to Louisville is like, he said, like his favorite part.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, there was like a lot of people I'd heard of but never met in person.
Yeah.
And then, you get to meet them, and they're just as nice as they can be and treat you like I don't know, like there's a lot of guys with like a lot of followers on there, and they've been doing it for a lot longer than I have, and they're just as nice as they could be, Yeah. And so, but yeah, it was crazy. I'd never met any of them, and we left just kind of small talk, and then on the way back, it was all like we were best friends. So, but yeah, awesome. It's a great time.
Hell yeah, dude. So how long have you been here in town?
A little over a year. I moved in May of 23, and so, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It feels like I just got here.
Yeah,
the time has really flown by.
Yeah, dude, there's something about that first year. Like you look back and you're like, oh shit, it's been a year.
Yeah.
But you're like, it feels like I just got here. Like, where did that 12 months go?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, and we got so much done. Like we, I spent a ton of time writing. Spent a lot of time in the studio, and then just the beginning of 2024 into now, like we've been touring, and so it's crazy to see just how much has happened in a year.
Yeah, dude, it's hard work goes a long way, dog.
Yeah.
It really does. And you're a Carolina guy, and everybody talks about Georgia. Everybody talks, I know myself, I talk a lot about Alabama just from people that I've worked with that are from there. But Carolina, you guys, there is some great music, some great artists, some great songwriters, great musicians that come out of North and South Carolina.
Yeah, there's something out there, man. I've been surprised to meet as many like Carolinians out here as I have, and some of my best friends to write with are from North Carolina. Like we went to high schools that played each other and like never met until we moved out here.
Isn't that crazy? It takes moving out here to meet somebody that was like in the same county as you, bro.
It's wild. It's wild. But yeah, I mean, I've met a ton of really, really talented people from North and South Carolina, and it's been awesome.
What is it about North Carolina, you think? Do you think it's that small town life of like the Appalachia, but also the coastal? Like, what is it that brings out the music that's like the Carolina sound?
I don't know. For me personally, it's just I think the way I was brought up. Like the family aspect of, like, I come from a really small town, and all my family lives within like 5 miles of each other.
That's the best, though. That's the best.
Yeah.
When you go to grandma's house whenever you want, bro. Like, that's like special.
My parents just moved into my mom's grandparents' old house, and it backs up to my grandparents' house. Nice. And so like we're always over there eating lunch or dinner.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's awesome. And I think like that's a big part of it. Like it's just like any other town, but the family and the people there and the memories what make it special. And also just like the hard work aspect there, like everybody is, head to the ground, work for what you have, and I think that plays a lot into what I do and what I write about. So
Yeah, dude. What does your family do? Like, what are the jobs within the? What would the fam? If you had stayed home and just decided not to do music and just work in whatever your family was doing, what were the options?
So my dad's an insurance agent.
Okay.
He just took over a company back home and
Nice.
is pretty fresh actually. So he's doing that, and then my mom's a teacher.
Nice.
But I was working at a feed mill straight out of high school.
Oh,
so
all
it
right.
was and I probably would still be there. Like it was a good time. I definitely wouldn't want to do that forever because
Yeah.
it was like hard work. But we were doing everything from welding to swinging a pickaxe, a shovel, fitting pipes. Like it was just, we were really contractors for the feed mills, and we'd go all over North Carolina and do that. And so I'd probably still be doing that now, but looking for something else. I was in school, like kind of planning on going into real estate, something like that. So,
Nice.
but it was a lot of fun working at the feed mill. I worked there for one of my buddy's dads, and we were fresh out of high school. You know, me and two other buddies that I graduated with went to work there, and we had a lot of fun doing it.
There's something about those high school, like college jobs. Like I worked with some of my homies that I went to high school with, like for like the town parks, and we were just cutting grass and cleaning up like the parks. Like, but it was all my buddies that I graduated high school with. There's something special about having a job like that, fresh out. You don't know exactly what you're doing yet, but you're just with your buddies.
Absolutely, man. We got a lot of work done, but we had a great time. You know,
Yeah,
like
dude.
we were cutting up and messing around on the job, but we got what we needed to done.
Yeah, and it gives you the inspiration for writing these songs, dude.
Oh yeah, man. I wrote a bunch of songs about like conversations I had because like the guys we worked with had been there since they were our age, like fresh out of high school. They've been working there and they're like retirement age. And just talking to some of these guys, like, you know, got some great song ideas and just life perspective, you know.
Yeah, dude. What was your first taste of Nashville like when you first got here?
It was crazy actually. So I went on American Idol when I was like 17.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, it didn't go like the way I planned for it
Yeah.
to, but it worked out for me in the end, you know. So they found me on TikTok and like hit me up and flew me out here, and then we did like the audition. It was like super last minute. It was like the last audition. Like they got us on a plane like maybe a couple days later. Like it was crazy. And it was here in Nashville, and so my mom came with me, and I was like 17, still in high school, and one night we went to Broadway. And it was just like I've never seen Broadway like that since I've lived here, but it was just crazy. Like the tourist buses were going by, we were getting flashed.
What time of year was it?
It was like
the
November.
Oh, so it was right at the end of, because I used to work downtown.
Yeah.
So it's like, we call it like busy season from like St. Patrick's Day to like Thanksgiving is like where it's balls to the wall. And then it slows down for a little bit until St. Patty's Day in March. You get that little pop for like
Yeah.
New Year's Eve, but there's nothing like when Broadway is Broadwaying, bro. There's nothing like
It was wild. And like I still to this day, like I've been out there, like even at like CMA Fest, like the busy, you know, that time, like I've never seen it like that. It was like shoulder to shoulder in the streets. And my mom just like, she doesn't like going to the bar. Like she doesn't drink. Like it's, so she did not like that at all. And so, anyway, she was nervous when I moved out here, but then they came out and saw me play at like the basement and saw like the more chill side of
Yeah,
Nashville and
dude.
like how it really is, you know?
Yeah, there's different sides. Like there's the original music side, and then there's like
Yeah.
the cover side. But there's just an electricity when you walk down that hill past Bridgestone, and you're walking past those bars, and like this time of year when the windows are open, and you just walk past each bar, and it's a different band playing something different.
Yeah.
And it's just this energy of just music, you know? There's a reason they call it Music City, and there's nothing like Lower Broadway with the music, man. It just invigorates you, and you're like, I'm in the right place. If you love music, like you're in the right place being in Nashville.
Yeah, there's definitely something special about Nashville. It's so cool to be here and just get to be a part of it, you know? You're definitely just immersed in music, and like I could get done more in like 2 weeks than a month back, you know, that I could back home.
Yeah.
There's just everybody here is involved in it somehow, and it's a cool thing to be a part of.
And it's like a big small town, dude.
Absolutely.
Everybody knows everybody,
Yeah.
dog. It's crazy.
It's wild. Like when I first moved here, I, you know, didn't know anybody, and now it's hard to go somewhere and not know somebody there.
Yeah.
So
Who were some of the first homies like that you kind of became buddies with when you moved out here?
the only dude I really knew was Vincent Mason when I first moved here, and we hung out like the very first night I moved. Well, we hung out on like a trip that I had known him through social media, and like we had DM'd a little bit, and then I was on a trip here, and we hung out and like tried to write a song, just kind of kicked around an idea, and ended up just hanging out. So
Yeah.
and then when I moved here, we started hanging out pretty regular.
And where's he from again?
He's from Georgia,
from
like
Georgia.
Atlanta area.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's a great guy, and
Moved here about the same time as you, right?
no, he's been here a little bit longer.
Oh, he
than
has
me.
been here a little bit longer.
He's been here for like maybe 3-4 years.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. But yeah, he was a good guy to get to know and just kind of like introduce me to the town. And,
Yeah.
yeah, but he's great. And then another, like pretty shortly after that, I met a guy that had written a lot with him. His name's Aaron Armstrong, and he's been just huge addition to like the songwriting side of me, I guess. Like he just kind of gets what I'm doing, and he's absolutely great at what he does.
Yeah.
And he's just a great hang, and really enjoy him. And that's a guy that's from like close to my hometown.
Yeah,
So,
dude.
but I met him, and he had written a song with Vincent, and hit me up. And the very first time we sat down, we wrote the last single we put out, and it was Famous for a Heartache. So,
Yeah. That's
But-
awesome, dog.
yeah.
That's exciting. That's exciting stuff, dude. That's that first year in town, like that's where you really start to find like your crew, like your guys and girls that you like writing with, that you like spending time with. You know, that's where you find kind of your family, and then it just evolves over time. You know, like I'm coming up on 6 years of being here, and like where I was year one to where I am now, very different places. So it's just going to continue to evolve. What do you miss most about back home?
Man, I just miss the people. I miss the people, and I miss kind of being out in the country a lot too. Like we fish a lot back home,
Yeah.
and so it's hard to find a good spot to fish out here. Like I've been on a couple golf courses and caught some bass, but back home, you know, we get out on the boat on the coast and go catch flounder or red drum and that kind of stuff, and you can't get any of that around
Some
here.
big fish out there, bro.
Kind of. We get into like the more eating size, I guess you would say.
Oh, okay.
Because we like to eat what we catch, and
Yeah.
dude, I've never caught anything massive, which
Really?
is kind of a bummer. But like all my brothers and stuff, we used to go down to the Outer Banks a lot, and we'd camp. And one year I missed it. They went down there and they caught red drum after red drum that were like just 25 plus inches, just huge fish.
Yeah.
And I like was just getting all these pictures. They were catching like 50 flounder a day, just the best fishing.
The
week.
one time you're not with them.
Yeah. And so the next year I went and we caught like maybe 10 fish the whole time. So
That's how it works sometimes, dude.
yeah.
That's how it works sometimes. I did we didn't catch anything, but I went I was out on the road in Massachusetts, and we ended up on a boat with the guys from Wicked Tuna, the Wicked Pissa. I forget what the dude's name was. I think it was like Tommy or Paulie, that was his name. And we were out there and we didn't catch anything, but we saw like he was showing us pictures of how big these fucking tuna are. And it's like, how do you even pull that thing in, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy. I would love to do that sometime. Like get down and catch some like really big fish. Definitely want to go down to Florida, go like deep
Bro,
sea.
yeah.
But I love to fish and we love to hunt too. But we spend a lot of time down on the water.
That's sick. That's cool, dude. Is it weird not being near the coast in Tennessee, like being landlocked?
It is like we're still like an hour from the coast, hour and a half, and then like 2 hours to where we've got a little spot we can go fish at. So it's like still gotta make a day of it, but it is like here you gotta like go get a hotel and you know you can't just go down to the water. But I really want to get into some like creek fishing and try to catch some smallmouth and trout up here. But I'm just so busy; it's hard to find time, you know.
It's good to be busy though.
Oh yeah, I can't stand sitting around.
So what else do you like to do besides fishing? Like, what are you?
Music, man.
Music?
Like I love it. I just love sitting down with a guitar and trying to write something, trying to come up with something. But yeah, fishing and music is just the passions. But I absolutely love music. I love being on the road, and it's just been some of the best experiences I've ever had. The band is great, and we've had nothing but good times on the road.
Yeah, you got some great dates coming up too, bro.
Oh, I'm super
I was looking
excited.
on the website, and you're going to some of my favorite places, like going out the Tucker Wetmore tour coming up, bro.
Yeah.
You're going up in the Midwest, right?
Yeah, we're going to the Midwest, and I'm just going to places I've never been before.
Yeah, like I think you're going to Milwaukee, right? Like
Milwaukee.
Have you been there before, Mo?
I haven't.
Bro, do you know about that room? Do you know the
I
history of
don't.
that place? So have you ever seen like the Mac Miller pool?
Is it that place?
It's that place,
That's
bro.
sick.
It's haunted as hell, dude. It is like the vibes in there are sick. The Rave Eagle Club, dude. It's a building that has like 4 or 5 different like venues within it. And the basement is where that pool is, and we're all like the ghosts, and they take you on the ghost tour when you go to play there. So I'm sure you and the boys will get to do that.
Sweet.
And you see the Mac Miller quote, and then like the acoustics down there are crazy. So like when you're down there, definitely like
Film a cover.
film a cover in
Yeah.
that pool, dude, and like the acoustics are just insane. But you feel like the energies of stuff when
That's
you're in
wild.
there, dude. It's a cool spot.
All right, I'll definitely get down there and
It's
check
a
it
cool
out.
spot. Where else are you going? I had it pulled up here. EliWinders.com. For those that want to find out more about Eli, EliWinders.com. Yeah. The intersection Grand Rapids. That place is sick too. Oh, and you're going to T-Town. You're going to Tuscaloosa. And that's with
Evan Honer.
Evan Honer.
Yeah, that's
bro.
gonna be a good time.
Have you been to Tuscaloosa
I
before?
haven't, man. I've done very little traveling. Like, we did family vacations every year with like the entire family, and we just
Yeah.
go up to like Virginia and stay on the lake for a week and just take it easy. And
Yeah.
so, it's been really, really cool to like get out of state
Yeah.
and just see things that I've never seen before. But I'm so excited for the dates coming up, just going to new places and.
Yeah, you're literally going to some of my favorites. I'm looking here on the website, like going to Grand Rapids, the intersection. Love that room. That's another like there'll be like multiple shows going on in the different rooms, and it'll be like not all country. So like you'll be
Nice.
playing your show, and then next door could be like an EDM artist or like a metal artist, and it's just seeing the different people in the building at that time, dude. It's fun and it's chaos. And then you're going to Chicago, bro. You're going to Indianapolis.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
think we're trying to bring out the band for that weekend. So I think I'm gonna do the first half like acoustic and hopefully ride the bus with the guys and
sick,
and
dude.
just save a little money that way.
Bro, riding the bus is sick too.
Oh yeah,
dude.
I'm super excited. And like so some of Tucker's band played in my band before they hit the road.
Oh, cool.
And so like I'm really tight with his band and I'm super excited just to hang out with them. And but yeah, it's gonna be fun. But I'm super excited for Chicago. It's like back-to-back nights, sold out.
Yeah, dude. Joe's Bar is awesome.
I've never
too.
been, so I'm super excited.
You're gonna get. Are you a big pizza guy?
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
pizza.
Okay, so up there, obviously, it's a little bit different. Like I grew up in New York, so I'm used to like the
Yeah.
thin crust where you can fold it and it's got the little flop to it. Up there's like the deep dish stuff, bro. And they bring in the deep dish pizza for you after the show. And it is so freaking good. Dude.
Sweet.
Like Chicago's badass. And it's funny because people don't think of like these big cities as like country markets. Chicago is one of the best country music markets. Like if artists look on their Spotify for artists thing, Chicago is like always a top 5, top 10 city of where music's being streamed. So they're going to know the words to the songs, dude.
Well, sweet.
Like
I hope so.
No, they will. They will, dude. And the crowd up there too. Like the Midwest crowds are some of my favorites for country music. Like we did a lot of festivals up there this year, and they just show out. It's something different.
That's pretty much all we've done so far. Like we've done Omaha and West Peoria. And,
Oh, you did cruisins?
Yeah,
Oh,
and it was great.
dude.
That
love
show was
cruisins.
electric. That one, and then we went to the Bluebird in Bloomington,
Yep,
Indiana.
I've been through there too.
That whole weekend was with Connor Smith, and it was
Sick.
just it was the first weekend out on the road, and it was something special, man. We had the band together, and just nothing like that OG band. We were out there for the first time on the road. Like I think it might have been some of the other guys' first time on the road, like going out like that, and we got to the hotel halfway to Omaha, and it canceled the room on us, so we had to just keep going.
Yeah,
And we slept, all 4 of us, in an F-150 in a parking lot off the side of the highway, and then kept trucking and got to the show and played that night, and then like had the best sleep of our lives.
Yeah, dude. I've had that before, where like you run into the issues
Yeah.
with the hotels, and then you got to van it or truck it, and then you end up in the hotel. And even if you're like sharing a bed with another guy in the van, it's just the best
Dude,
sleep
it was-
ever, dog.
Yeah, it was awesome. That weekend was great, and everything after that was all uphill. So that we had like the one bad thing happen, and then it was smooth sailing for the
It's
rest
nice
of the
when it's at
weekend.
the front of the
Yeah.
weekend.
If it had happened like at the end, it would have been terrible.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's in West Peoria, I love cruisins, dude. We know Wayne and Austin and the guys from that club really, really well. They're good friends of ours, and that room is just electric.
Yeah, it was just like the steady like climb. Like the shows just kept getting better. Like obviously that was first weekend with the band and first weekend being on tour, and so it was just like we played better each night.
Yeah.
And the crowds got bigger each night, and so it was just something super special about that weekend that just gave me a taste for it and like kind of got me hooked. Like that's where like I felt like I belonged there. Like this is what I'm supposed to do, and it just felt awesome.
Yeah, dude. Those are important moments to have, dude. I'm
Yeah.
excited for you to go to Tuscaloosa,
Me
because
too, me
Tuscaloosa is a fun college town, dude. Those kids love their music. And the scene down there in Druid City's a great venue. It's like the one club that's there. They have like some other like bar venues, and they're just used to having the live music, so they know how to show out and act at a concert. The Evan Honer crowd's gonna be awesome too,
Yeah,
dude. I
it's
know
gonna be
he's a
sick.
homie of yours, so that's
Yeah,
great.
he's actually like one of the first people I met. Like like another artist that like he followed me like super early and like was just super kind to me and introduced me to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then he moved to town and we started hanging out a little, seeing each other here and there, and then got the show coming up. So I'm super excited. And just, I'm thankful for every opportunity. It's so cool that everybody here is just so willing to like help you out and help you along the way. And, I don't think a lot of people see it that way, or it's, you just don't think of it that way, but everybody truly is just willing to help and just help you succeed. And I think it's just such a cool town to be a part of. And I don't know, it's a cool industry, I guess. You don't see it like that. You don't see that in a lot of other industries.
No, dude. And especially like before you come to town, you're like, oh, is this going to be like competitive?
Yeah, like cutthroat. Like
yeah,
everybody's trying to put you down to get ahead, but it's the opposite.
Yeah, and I think it used to be like that back in the day, but like our generation has kind of flipped the script on that, like to where it is very welcoming. It's such a collaborative kind of town. Even the folks like me that don't write and sing, like we find our way into the industry, and it's just like, how can we work together and create something really cool,
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, everybody's just so kind and helpful.
Yeah. Are you into sports?
I like to watch college football. I don't keep up with it.
Who's your team? Is UNC your team?
UNC, man. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's where my girlfriend's at. She goes to UNC, and I liked it when I go visit her. I like to go to the games, and could make it to a lot more when I live back home. But yeah, I like to watch college football. I'll keep up with their basketball team a little bit, but it's just hard to keep up with it. Got a whole bunch going on.
Yeah, like I grew up a huge Virginia Tech fan, so I'm an ACC guy as well.
Yeah.
And it's and then the moment like I got down here, it was when you go on the road and you're working weekends doing shows, it's great, but you're not available on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Like you're sound checking when they're playing like a 3:00 game or a noontime game or something. But UNC, I've never been to Chapel Hill, but I hear it's awesome.
It's a great town. We've got a show coming up there. We're playing a fraternity beginning of next month.
The frat parties are fun, dude.
It's gonna be sick. It's our first I've played frats in the past acoustic, but this will be our first full band frat show. We're just doing a bunch of covers. Gonna have a good time and just entertain the best we can. But I'm super excited. To be back, and then we're playing Greenville, ECU the next day. So it's just a big frat weekend.
A little college tour.
Yeah. We're trying to do, as much college stuff as we can. That way we can go back to the cities. Hopefully they'll come out and buy a ticket and see us again.
That's just it, dude. And it's like guys, especially in the Southeast, that's been like a formula. You think back to guys like Corey Smith and FGL used to do that. Brantley Gilbert did that, where you kind of, and your circle kind of starts in the Carolinas, and then you just continue to grow it. And you jump across the border to Georgia. You jump across the border to places like Knoxville, or go up into Virginia and play like Blacksburg or Charlottesville. And like, that's a great way to do it, dude.
Yeah, and it's cool. Like I've had people reach out from social media that live in Texas, or they, they're like, hey, like, can we get you to come play the frat? And we're, working on some more stuff. And then even like going down to Tuscaloosa, and we're going to Auburn also next month to play a frat show. Yeah. And it's like, hopefully those will lead to more down there.
You're gonna see, it's amazing how different the college towns are in each state too.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Like it being in the Carolinas, that like Winston-Salem's different from Raleigh, different from Durham, different from Chapel Hill, different from like in South Carolina, different. Clemson and Columbia are different. Like you're gonna see that the kids are different in different places. And Auburn and Tuscaloosa are a great, like, they're both awesome but different, you know. And like I personally, if I had to pick one, don't hate me, Alabama people, but I personally, having done a lot in the state of Alabama, I love Auburn.
I've heard that a lot this weekend.
Auburn
actually
is fantastic, dude. The kids there are great. It's like Bama is probably more. They're both very fratty, but it's like Auburn's just a little bit more blue collar. It's like a little bit of a different style of student. Both love to have a good time, but there's something about like Toomer's Corner and just the vibe of that campus is sick.
Yeah, I mean, back to the traveling thing too. Like, I'm just excited to see new places and get down there. And like I just love the fall, man. Something about being on like a college campus in the fall.
Bro,
It's
you're
like
gonna be there during football season.
yeah, it's gonna be electric.
And these are probably Friday and Saturday shows,
Yeah.
I'm guessing. So it's like you're there while it's like game week,
Yeah.
and you're getting to experience the SEC.
Just gonna feel it in the
of your-
air.
Yeah, dude. The fall, you're not. Nobody's passing out because it's too hot. Like you're not on stage sweating bullets or anything like that. Like there's something special about the fall in a college town.
I love the fall. I love like sitting around a campfire and wearing like a flannel. Just the fall's like the best time
Bro,
of the year.
hoodie and short weather, dog.
Yeah,
Hoodie
love
and
it.
short weather, or like a long sleeve, like comfort colors tee, bro. Like there's something special about. Where's a place that you haven't been yet that you really want to get to?
Man, like absolute dream venue would be Red Rocks.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a lot of people's dream venue. I'm super like back to Chicago, man. I'm just super excited for that. My manager's from Chicago,
Sick.
and like she'll take us around. We've got plenty of time to like see the town because we're
Yeah.
playing 2 nights.
You got to go to the Music Exchange, Chicago Music
I
Exchange,
definitely
bro.
will be there.
I haven't been in there because, like, when I was up there, I was doing like the merch guy, like the TM thing, so I had to be more on site handling the show. But all the band guys and the artists that I was with, they like had it as a point to like, we got to get to the Music Exchange, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I hear there's nothing like it. Like, it's just a massive, massive store, like building just full of everything.
Yeah, I've ordered a bunch of stuff from them, like online. So I'm excited to get up there and see that. I'd love to like definitely want to play Walnut Creek Amphitheater in North Carolina.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
where I saw like my first show, and
What was your first show?
it was Lumineers.
Oh,
Lumineers
okay.
and Camp opened up. So I'm a big like I love country music, but I also love like Americana, like bluegrass, folky stuff. And so right after high school, I went and saw Lumineers, and Camp opened up for them, and it was a great show.
Yeah, dude. And right now, it's like you talk about that blending of like what you grew up listening to. What a perfect time for a guy like you to be coming along, where all that kind of fits together and all that crossover stuff, dude, to where it doesn't have to be singing about girls, trucks, and beer. You could be singing about all kinds of stuff melodically and sonically. You can do all kinds of different shit that reflects that what you grew up listening to.
Yeah, country music is just so broad right now. You can really get away with just acoustic guitar and your vocal, or you could get away with straight down the middle like radio country. It's just so like broad.
Yeah.
There's so much opportunity in country music right now, and it's awesome.
Yeah, and it's a bigger audience than it's ever been.
Yeah.
Which is what's wild, dude. Like the fact that guys like Wallen and Zach and Luke are selling out stadiums back-to-back nights is nuts. That's bigger than it was when Garth was doing it. That's bigger than it was when FGL was doing it. And it's like, if there's a time to be in the country world, it's right now in 2024, dude. It's
Yeah.
exciting.
It's awesome. And like it's been cool to see, just like the little bit we've been on the road, just like real time like connection with people at that level. Like obviously the dream is to play stadiums and stuff too, but like it just makes me happy to see like 3 people in the front row singing along to my songs. Playing a stadium like that is just completely would blow my mind.
Yeah.
But I'm just so happy with what we're getting to do now, and it's awesome. There's nothing like it in the world.
Yeah, dude, not at all. So who would I got to ask you like a Mount Rushmore question.
Oh,
Mount Rushmore of like guys or girls from North Carolina that do music. Like, because there's quite a few of them, if you know off the top of your head.
yeah, Eric Church.
Okay.
I love Randy Travis.
Yeah.
I mean, Luke Holmes is a North Carolina guy too.
Yeah, he's Boone. He's a little bit
Yeah.
of it's like there's the different sections of like the Carolinas too, where like App State, that was another one that I didn't even mention when it comes to college towns. Like the
Yeah.
mountain folks are built
App
different,
State is
bro.
awesome, man. It's like one of the most beautiful campuses.
Yeah, dude, there's nothing like going through Boone or Asheville, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
sick.
I go right through there on the way home.
Beautiful
and, like
drive.
going through like in the fall is awesome.
Dude, it's the best.
Yeah,
The leaves all changing and stuff.
yeah.
Who would a fourth be?
I'm just kind of blanking on.
I'm trying to think like, and we'll extend it into South Carolina. We'll give some love to your neighbors to the south. So you got like Darius in there. You got like Lee Bryce in there.
Man, like that's like I love music, but I don't do my research on like where
Yeah.
people are from.
Yeah.
Um,
Or even just growing up listening to it. Would the Lumineers be a fourth of just like people that you love? I guess we would change the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah, the whole thing. I guess
Mount Rushmore of like your favorite of like all time.
Eric Church is definitely up there. Carolina guy.
Is that for like how like his
Just
his
songwriting,
singing, his
is, like,
songwriting?
songwriting and sound. Like he just did his own thing and like kind of carved his own path. And I think that's what you have to do as an artist. Like you can't copy somebody else. Like he's got his like super stripped back stuff, and then he's got like his just down the middle like made it work where it was mainstream,
Yeah.
without compromising what his sound was and what he wanted to do. But yeah, I think he's just an incredible artist and songwriter. I take a lot of inspiration from his songwriting. I love Casey Musgraves. I think she'd probably be up there. Sturgill Simpson is up there.
There's your Americana side coming out, baby.
Yeah,
I
love Sturgill Simpson. It's like Tyler Childers would probably be up there too, but then there's like Stapleton as well. And then like there's no room for the classics like, Alan Jackson, Keith Whitley, Randy Travis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that'd probably be the top 4. It would be Casey Musgraves, Eric Church, Sturgill Simpson, Tyler Childers.
Yeah.
But
do you like the Turtles All the Way Down era Sturgill?
I love it. I mean, I love it all. I'm not the biggest fan of like the rock album.
Yeah.
But everything else, man, is just so cool.
Yeah.
I think he's also like a good example. Just a great artist. Like he's just done so much and has such a wide variety of music. Like he's got his like traditional country record, and then his like spacey country record, and then bluegrass, and then rock, and then this last record he put out was sick. It's got some like John Mayer feel to it. Like it's just he's just does what he wants, and it works.
It's like exploratory. Like you're going on a journey of where he is at this point in time.
Exactly. But I think that's awesome. He's definitely up there with. I told somebody last night like he was my favorite. Oh, we played in Kentucky.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to pick one favorite, but he's definitely up there.
Yeah, and I feel like your favorites change over time with where you're at in your life.
For sure. I mean, like I'm on a big John Mayer kick right now too. So I got to take a break from country music here and there. Like I feel like I listen to it and I'm like, I need to change it up and listen to something new, just get a different feel. And so I've been listening to a ton of John Mayer recently, and I feel like I've been getting a ton of inspiration for that. Just like different guitar feel and different guitar. Country, you do the same thing. You get locked into the same kind of box, and then you got to listen to something to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. That's like what I do too, because obviously with Raised Rowdy, we're very country focused, but I'll dip into like rap. Like I'm on like a Big X the Plug Mexican OT kick right now. We're going to see Big X in a few weeks actually. He's playing at East Side Bowl, which is just going to be, that's such a small room. So to see him in there is going to be crazy. Have you gotten to go to a lot of shows in town, like since you moved out here?
Yes and no. Like I've been turned away at the door a lot because I'm 20, so I can't get into a lot of them. Even with like going kind of trying to get in the back way and like being on the list and stuff, and they still won't let you in. So, but yeah, I have been to a lot. I've been to a lot of festivals. Which has been awesome. Like I saw Big X the Plug at Bonnaroo this year.
Bro, festivals are just like being a festie. There's something about like my girlfriend's not super into festivals because we go to, I think by the end of this year we will have gone to like 7 or 8 of them, and we set up and we're involved. Like some of them we're like working, but it's fun to just go and just have multiple days of music. And a festival like Bonnaroo where it's all different styles. Yeah. That's like, I haven't been to that one yet, but I hear it's just the festival.
It's awesome. Festivals. Yeah, we were fortunate enough to play this year. So we played the campgrounds, which was awesome. We had like a full hour set.
Yeah.
And
an hour in the campgrounds, bro. That's wild. You're seeing all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The Bonnaroo campgrounds, I can only imagine what those are like.
It was awesome. I mean, truly just like one of the best shows we've ever gotten to play and been a part of. We just had a great time. Like there's some, you can go and just get it over with and play through your set, but just get up there and jamming with with your boys is different. And we just had a great time doing it, and it was a great crowd. And then we went out there and stayed the whole weekend and got to listen to some great music too. So but yeah, we saw Post Malone, which was sick. Red Hot Chili Peppers was awesome.
Oh, that's an all-time one.
Yeah, I went when I got my first guitar, bought my first guitar. I could only play like Scar Tissue by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, wow.
And so I went and sat down and played Scar Tissue. They didn't play it, unfortunately. So I was pretty bummed.
You're seeing a good band when they can't fit all the hits into a set.
Yeah, exactly. But it was awesome. I got to see some great acts at Bonnaroo. And then I made it down to Two Step In down in Texas, which was cool. I went to Railbird 2 years ago and saw Tyler Childers.
Wow.
He headlined in Lexington, and they named it Tyler Childers Day. It was like the best show I've ever seen. It was just something special about that show, and as an artist you can feel when it's special, but when you feel it in the crowd, it's awesome. And you could just the weather was awesome. The moon was like full moon in the background. It was sick.
That's awesome, bro. Yeah, that's as good as it gets when you have the vibe of the day or the night in general, dude. Like
Yeah.
underneath the full moon, clear sky, dog. Like it's the best. The whole crowd is just on a different level.
Yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, I mean, it's been so cool to just get to see different people play from all different styles of music. And, you know, I try to take that and incorporate it into my own set and just try to learn from other people. And I think that's a great thing about festivals. You get to see so many different people doing the same thing, but doing it their own way and just taking a little bit of everybody's stuff and putting it into your own.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite covers to play? Like mixing into the Eli Winders show.
We do Last Dance with Mary Jane.
Ooh.
And like I'll bring out the harmonica
And that's one where the band can kind of
we
free
jam.
ball and just jam, dude.
That's the same 4 chords over and over and
so
over.
you can get really creative and get silly on the licks, bro.
Exactly. And then we do our song, Taylor Swift, which is always a crowd favorite.
Oh, the girls must go nuts.
Dude, they love it.
And there's plenty of dudes that are like, oh, I don't like Taylor Swift. Then when that song
Yeah.
comes on, bro, they're fucking singing.
All the girls' boyfriends are
Yeah.
jamming. Like,
Yeah.
it's cool to see, like, different covers work in different markets. And so, like, when we're playing the shows, like, we'll try, like, Last Dance with Mary Jane. We did it in Indiana.
Oh,
and it's like that first line is like, she grew up in Indiana town. And they went crazy. And then, you know, we'll just play the covers, and it's like one will really connect with the crowd. And it's like in that moment, like everybody's like a fan.
Yeah.
And it's cool to just see the crowd turn. Like you can tell from the stage, like the crowd lights up and everybody's singing along.
Yeah.
And I think that's like just a cool thing to see. Like you picked a good cover, you know, to like try to win over fans.
Yeah, when you're in Tuscaloosa, you got to play Dixieland
Delight,
bro.
If the headliner doesn't play it,
check
Evan
with Evan.
doesn't play
Check with Evan
I'm
and see if he
definitely doing
doesn't, dude. That is one way to win over a crowd because they'll just sing back the callbacks to you, dude, and it is deafening.
It'll probably mess me up. Like it'll probably mess my playing up.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do that, and then we did some Jason Aldean, like early Jason Aldean, The Truth.
One of the best. That's a very underrated Aldean song. He's had so many hits over the years. Those first couple Aldean records, bro, nothing like
They're awesome.
Yeah.
And then like I think we're gonna add What Was I Thinking, Dirk Bentley.
Ooh.
It's like I've been listening to a lot of like early Dirk stuff and recently. And,
yeah, curly haired Dirks,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, dude.
But he's got some just great stuff, and I don't know. Vincent was talking about it's cool he does American Kids, Kenny Chesney.
Yeah.
And it's like cool to see like people like sing a song like I remember this from when I was a kid. Like they kind of forgot about it, haven't thought about a song in a while, and like you kind of get that nostalgia in for them.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see like people just be jamming to a song they heard when they were riding around with their parents in the car. And so I've been trying to think about that. Like what's something that everybody would know but haven't heard in a while and be fired up about. And so I think that'd be a good one to add. And it's just like an upbeat, energetic song.
Yeah.
Drink in My Hand. We've been doing that one a little bit too.
Ooh, a little
Set
throw in the
opener.
church. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Like we only have like 5 songs out. And like the one we close with is like the most upbeat and like one we want to leave on. And so like a lot of my stuff is kind of like lower, like down, like slower songs. And I don't want to open with like a slow song.
No, you got to get
And it's
the
also like,
energy up.
you know, we're lucky if like, or thankful, I don't want to say lucky, thankful for like the few people that are singing along. And, you know, so we want to open with something that everybody's going to know. And we grab their attention right from the start, you know. And so Drink in My Hand is what we're probably going to start opening with.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Do you have a rider yet?
No.
No.
Like we just take whatever they can give us, like cash-wise.
Water,
pick something up.
food. Yeah, go get some snacks. What would be on it? Like what's eventually going to be on it? When you're 21, when you're old enough.
I don't know. I like to like get down to business. I don't want to be drinking a ton before the show. Like
So you can get creative with it too. You can get like gym passes on there. You can get like batteries for the guitar and for like the packs. You can get like all kinds of random shit on there.
I like tea. Like I love to drink a tea before the show. I feel like
Okay.
it gets my voice in shape. So
Yeah.
definitely take tea on there. Probably some like chips to have around the green room.
Like one of those Lay's boxes from like Walmart where you
Yeah,
have like all the little
exactly.
individual bags.
Something for everybody.
Veggie tray or like a sandwich platter is good too.
Yeah, like
That's a good
some
one.
like cold cuts would be good.
Yeah.
Also probably some like Nerd Cluster, Sour Patch Kids, some like candy.
Ooh, all right. I know what you're getting when you're passing through Love's or Buc-ee's.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
that sour candy
Dude,
stuff.
I'm a big sunflower seed on the road.
Oh, you're spitting seeds?
Yeah,
Okay.
it keeps me occupied and like
Yeah.
awake because I'm like splitting the shells in my mouth. So, but that's what I'm taking on the road, like sunflower seeds and a Slim Jim.
Okay. Simple. Were you a baseball guy growing up? Did you play
No.
baseball? No, because
That was like the one sport I didn't do.
really. So what were you doing? You were doing like
So-
soccer.
I played soccer when I was like really little, but no. So I started doing like cross country. I ran like middle school, like early high school. Then our school got a football team, and like all the guys did football, so switched over to that. And then I played basketball a little bit, and then did swim, and then track in the spring, golf in the spring.
Okay. So did you watch the Olympics at all?
A
Not
little
really,
bit,
a little
bit.
Because I was gonna say those are like the
It's
Olympic
crazy.
sports, right?
Yeah,
there, dude.
it's crazy to see because like I love swim. I stopped running cross country and track like early high school, and then switched over to football and golf. But yeah, it's crazy to just remember like what I was running and then see what they were running. But also swimming, like swimming is the hardest sport.
Dude,
It's a full body workout. And if you're not in shape, like it'll get you there. It's insane.
the people make it look so easy in the
Yeah,
Olympics, bro.
it's like you'll see the time and be like, oh, like that took them a while to do that, but it's crazy. Like I remember, I would swim the 500 meters, which is like a little less than a little over a quarter mile.
So how many back and forths is that?
I don't remember.
gotta
It's
be quite
it's
a
the
few.
longest one.
Okay,
It's the
so
longest one.
the marathon of swim.
I guess so. For like high school stuff, like they have the
Yeah.
longer stuff in the Olympics, but it would take me so long to do. Like I think like 8 minutes, and then in the
Wow.
Olympics they were doing, which that's really slow.
Yeah.
But like nobody did it, and so like you could get third place and still get points,
Yeah.
and like even if you lost, like you
Yeah.
were the last guy by like 2 minutes. So like all the guys would like switch off like who had to do it and like get points, but everybody like kills it in the Olympics, and it's just like embarrassing what my time was.
Yeah, golf's a fun one too. I was on my golf team in high school for like 2 years, but I was like an alternate, so my score didn't always count. It would count enough to get the varsity letter or like the JV letter, whatever it was. But you get to play all these courses that you wouldn't normally get to play. And even though it's just like 9 holes, like the golf team's very underrated high school sport where you get to
Dude,
play
it's
free
awesome.
golf, bro.
It's yeah, because like I'm still not that good. I wasn't good in high school. They
Yeah.
didn't cut anybody. So, but like you're saying, it's just free golf every day.
With your boys.
Yeah, it's a great time. Like my brothers got me into it. Like they played golf when they were like younger, and they're like, oh, like you should do it. Like I wasn't running track, and I just wasn't doing anything in the spring, and so I did it, and like got a set of clubs. Like the coach had like a bunch of extras, and he was like, here, like just you didn't have to buy clubs for it. Free golf, like learn how to play, and it was awesome. You get out of school at like 10 o'clock to go play.
Yeah, dude.
And yeah, like you said, like my points didn't count. They just took like the top 5. So
Yeah, dude. And then you get to meet other guys from like high schools nearby.
Yeah.
So if you do want to go like mess around and play on like a weekend or something, like you have homies to go and play
Yeah,
with.
it
which
was
is
awesome.
fun too.
I will say though, like not being the best on the team also pairs you with like the other team's worst players.
That's it, dude. You're all just having fun out there. You're just like, we're
Well,
getting to play free
sometimes.
golf.
So I was playing. We had like a conference. We always played 9.
Yeah.
And so, but like conference championship or whatever, like last match was 18.
Ooh.
And I got paired with this kid, and like we played like triple bogey pickup, and like by the end of the season, like you've been playing every day, like I was pretty good. I
Yeah.
was all right. At least not picking up, like not getting a triple bogey every hole. But I'd be on my second shot, and this kid would be picking up. Like he'd take 8 shots on a par
Ooh.
5 while I was like going to hit my second, and we played that all 18. It was terrible.
And you're walking. So
Yeah, we had to walk. So it was a pretty miserable round, but anyway, I still enjoyed golf.
Yeah, do you get to go out and play a lot since you've been out
I
here?
still play. It's so expensive though. Like everybody wants to go all the time, and I'm like,
During COVID, it was so cheap to go, dude. There were like a lot of the courses that were around here were like 20 something bucks to play with a cart, and it was awesome. Like I got to play like 12 Stones, Nashville Village, go up towards Kentucky and play some of the courses. And some of them, like the mat, like there was one, I forget the name of it. I played it with my buddy Garrett Biggs, and it was like raining out, and the wines on the cart path, like you're going down these fucking like mountains almost. Like mountain golf's fucking wild, but yeah, it's tougher to play now with it being so expensive.
just adds up. Like it's
Yeah.
like I'll definitely go play like here and there, but it just like I can't go play every day. I'm
No.
also just too busy to play every day, but
Yeah.
I'd still love it. I just like being outdoors, getting some fresh air, being out on the course. Like it's just a fun, especially when the weather's nice. If it's hot, it's not the best, but fall golf, like spring golf, love it.
That's something you can do on the road too.
Yeah,
that's something
take us to the clubs.
a lot of guys do on the road.
We don't have the room for it right now.
Yeah, I know. I know. Well, that's like when I like Muscadine, Charlie does that.
Yeah.
Charlie and Tyler and I think some of the other guys in their crew, like they pack the clubs in the bus or in the trailer.
Yeah.
And before most of the shows, Charlie's going out and playing golf.
That sounds fun.
Before load-in, just go play a quick
Yeah.
18 like you get there in the morning.
Yeah, we went back to North Carolina. We opened up for Tracy Bird.
That's a fun show.
It was great. Yeah, we had a great time, and it was like close enough to the hometown where a lot of the hometown was there, and so we had a blast. But the rest of the stuff, like we've been doing these little clubs, like opening for the smaller, like up and coming guys, and like we get there at sound check, we go eat, we come back play the show. This was like we sound check at 12 o'clock and we don't play till 8. Like it was the first time we really had time to like do something, and we didn't bring anything. It's like we should start bringing cornhole boards, like a football, like something. But we set up air mattresses outside and just laid down. Like we drove all night the night before. It was a pretty rough day, but that was the first time we experienced like just having to sit around a ton.
Yeah.
And I get why people bring golf clubs and a football and frisbee or workout. You got to find something to do with that downtime. So
yeah, disc golf is fun too. Have you done that?
I haven't.
Bro, that's great because all you have to do is get the frisbees. You can get those at like Academy or Walmart or something, and you only need like a couple of them, and it's free to play. And there's courses like all over the country.
Nice.
So that's a good way to eat up time, and it doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah.
It costs you buying the frisbee. It costs you like $30, and then you can just one time, and then you can just go play, and you just kill time doing that.
I was talking to Braxton Keith last night. He played on that round with us, and he says he's bowls. Like he goes and bowls before the show.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
which I
fun.
thought was pretty cool. Like I've never thought about that, but he was just like, there's a bowling alley in every city.
And it's usually pretty empty during the day.
Yeah. But I thought that was cool. Like he brings his ball on the road with him, and they just go bowl.
That's not a bad idea.
No, not at all. It definitely takes up some time.
Yeah.
And he was saying like bowling, like he was saying like a bunch of his buddies like go golf and stuff, and he was like, a lot of times they don't have time for that, so they just go bowl a couple frames and go play the show.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. And then you see people at the show, and you're like, hey, I'm playing the show tonight. Sell a couple extra tickets.
Yeah, and like
folks at
you're
the
probably
bowling
not
alley.
going to run into fans at like the bowling alley.
You're not going to get bothered.
It's empty. Yeah. So, but yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. What do you like food wise? And do you think Carolina has the best barbecue in the country?
I'm biased to it, but I think just Carolina barbecue and Texas barbecue, I don't even consider them the same thing. Like it's two completely different things, because we're like pulled pork with like a vinegar sauce.
Yeah.
And I love it, but I also love Texas barbecue. There's something. It's just a different thing. It's like brisket or, you get some ribs somewhere, but it's just a different thing. But yeah, I think North Carolina barbecue is the best.
Yeah.
But I also love like North Carolina has these hot dogs. They're called bright leaf hot dogs, and
Bright leaf hot dogs.
Yeah, they're red.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah,
so,
yeah,
like, anyway, I love them, but like I told all the band, like we have to get somewhere in North Carolina. Like you guys got to try them. Everybody loved them.
That's good.
But yeah, those are a big like back home thing, like grilled bright leaf hot dogs.
What are you putting on your hot dog? Are you a mustard guy, ketchup guy?
Ketchup, mustard, chili.
Wow, ketchup, mustard, and chili.
Yeah, you order it without is what it's called.
Okay.
Can I get a hot dog without? But ketchup, mustard, chili. I guess it means like without onions and relish.
I was gonna say without, but you're still getting 3 things on it.
Yeah, I think it means without onions and relish, but that's just what it's called.
When you're up in Chicago, you're gonna have to go to Portillo's.
All right.
Portillo's, dude. They have hot dogs there, but they also do these like beef sandwiches, bro. They're so good, and they have their chocolate cake is insane, and they have a chocolate cake shake. Like it's like a milkshake with like chocolate cake in it.
All right.
And it's like a big Chicago thing, dude. And you're gonna have a lot of fun in Chicago.
I'm so excited, man. There's just like you're saying, so many food options, and just different places to try. But there's a Thai place here that I love, Smiling Elephant. You ever been?
Smiling Elephant, where's that?
It's off of 8th.
Okay,
It's
no,
awesome.
I haven't been over there. There's so many little like hole in the wall places of everything.
Yeah.
That's what's cool about Nashville. You'd think it's like a southern city. There's gonna be barbecue and nothing just hot chicken, but there's everything here, dude.
It's across from Hattie B's. On
Okay.
8th, but it's so good. I think it's the guy told me it's been there since like the 30s or something. It's been there for a really really long time, but it's so good. I like that. I love Indian food. There's a good joint over by the airport.
Curry guy,
Yeah, it's great.
spicy shit.
I enjoy spice, man. I enjoy a good spicy meal. To the point where it's enjoyable, you know. Like if it's making me sweat, then it's not.
Dude. You're not doing a food challenge.
No, absolutely.
You don't want to be
not.
in pain while you're eating.
Yeah, and I didn't like hot wings growing up, but I love them now. I've been eating a lot of hot wings, but they have to be like super crispy.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, have a good buffalo sauce on them. But yeah, I've been eating a lot of hot wings recently too. But I cook a lot. I'm trying to meal prep, eat healthier.
Yeah. That comes in handy on the road, dude. If you can fit like a little cooler on the road and meal prep, that is a big thing because you're used to stopping at like Love's or Buc-ee's. And it's like, you're not going to go to Buc-ee's and not get one of the sandwiches.
Yeah,
or
and
one,
like cookie dough bites and like something sweet.
Beaver nuggets, bro. the I forget the like the beaver twists and they're like the bugles, like chocolate covered bugles and stuff, or like they have chocolate covered everything.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
there, dude. It's an experience, and now they have them at every point. Like you're going up north on 65. There's one in Kentucky.
Yeah, we stopped there last night.
Bro, it's great.
We that was the first time I've been to that one. But yeah, like you're saying, they're everywhere now.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, unfortunately, I haven't done that on the road. Like we're still eating fast food, but
Yeah,
just while we're in town or while I'm in town, like it saves so much money.
Yeah.
And then it also just healthier, you know. But I like to cook just chicken breast. I have an air fryer. It's the best. It's so
the
quick
cheat
and
code,
easy.
dude. That's great.
It's the best.
You ever make bacon in there?
No.
My girlfriend does that. She makes the bacon in the air fryer, bro.
I bet it's good. I bet it's great, actually.
It's the fucking best, dude. You got to try that, dude. Put anything in that air fryer, dude.
I bet
and
it's great.
top notch.
Yeah. No, I've been cooking that. I cook a lot of pork chops, rice.
Ooh, okay.
Just the simple stuff.
Do you live in the city or are you out of?
I live off of Nolensville.
Okay.
So like I'm like 20 minutes south of downtown.
Like Brantioch kind of area? Or
Yeah,
is that like Antioch?
It's probably closer to Brentwood,
Okay.
like Creve Hall.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't really know.
Yeah, I used to live in Antioch, bro. It was wild, dude. It was wild. Antioch during COVID was wild.
There's
bro.
like an Instagram page called like Antioch something, and like you
Yeah,
see the
dude.
like street takeovers, like people drifting in the street
Yeah,
and stuff.
dude.
Like,
We get that over here in Hermitage. They do that shit in like the like the parking lot behind this McDonald's that's over
Yeah.
here. You see people like because I live right around the corner from here in like the Hermitage Old Hickory area, and it's like you'll hear the cars in like the middle of the night just going meow, 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 and it's like you're at a NASCAR track.
I've heard that a little bit where I'm at, but a lot of people shoot off fireworks too where I'm at. Like I'll step outside and just see fireworks. Like I live close to the Walmart, and
Yeah.
like I can see like where the Walmart parking lot would be, like over the trees, and you see fireworks shooting off. It's kind of crazy, but
Yeah, that was what I would have to ask myself when I was in Antioch. Like, are those fireworks or are those gunshots? And
Nah.
then you'd hear pop, 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 and then you'd hear the car like peeling out, like just the tires scraping.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, time to go back inside. But dude, that's awesome, man. What's something that you would tell yourself a year ago? Now you've been here. You said you've been here about a year.
yeah, I mean, just keep doing it. Keep writing. I feel like I came into it with a good attitude where I was at a year ago. Like I was just happy and excited, and I still am. You know, I'm just happy and excited and thankful for every opportunity that I've been given, and I just trying to make the most of it. You know, taking every opportunity at a show to try to convert those people to listen to my music, and just keep doing it. Yeah. I feel like I was at the same place I was a year ago, like mentally, and just kind of keep my head down and keep going.
That's a good place to be, dude.
Yeah.
Because you've got what's the team look like right now?
So I've got like two main people at Atlantic that are just talking every week.
Which congrats on that.
Yeah,
dude.
thank you.
That's a big deal, man. That's a big deal to have support from a major.
Yeah, it's
like
awesome.
that.
And it's super. They found me super early, and it's like they're truly here for the right reasons. Like I didn't go viral, and they just swooped in and like tried to pick up some cash. Like they're truly here because they believe in what we've got going on, and they believe that we can take it all the way. And and that makes me feel super comfortable to work with them, and I'm just super thankful for them and the opportunity they've given me. And then we've got 2 people at the management team that we're talking every day, just figuring out the schedule and just what we're doing. And then we're working with WME now.
Hell yeah.
They're booking all the shows, which has been awesome.
Isn't that nice to have somebody booking your shows and
Yeah,
not have
it's
to be
great.
just scheduling it on your own, dude?
It's
That's
awesome.
That's a huge moment when you get that.
Yeah,
You
it's
have somebody advocating for you on that
yeah,
side.
and we're playing like real shows. I
Yeah.
guess like I grew up playing in like hometown bars, and like that was fun. But like you're just kind of background music. Like what I mean by like a real show is like I appreciate all those, but like people bought tickets to come see the show and they care about the opener.
Yeah.
And they're singing along to
Yeah.
our songs and obviously the covers. And that's been awesome. So to get into those kind of shows where people really, really care and they're there to see you, it's just been the best.
Yeah, dude.
WME, we got business management handling all
handling all the
the
business
money, yeah.
stuff, bro. You don't have to worry about tax season. That's great.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
huge.
I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. Still don't have a pub deal. Still,
Really?
yeah, just writing with anybody that'll write with me. Just not in any rush,
Yeah, dude. I mean, hey, if you've got
meeting with-
all the other stuff and you're doing the artist thing and you've got homies like Evan, Vincent, like all the other guys that you've named, like if you have those homies, it's like writing with your buddies is special. you
Yeah.
know? Especially that's who you can be vulnerable with, dude.
Yeah, and I've found like people that I feel like I get great songs with.
Yeah.
I've just found like the crew that I work well with, and yeah, and we're getting cool stuff, But definitely we'll have one someday.
Yeah.
But not in any rush. We're talking to everybody and just enjoying getting to know those folks. So I think that's about it.
Yeah, dude.
And then the band, which is awesome.
Tell me about the guys in the band. Who do you
so we've
got?
got Sam Hatfield on the drums. He's from New York.
Hey, my New York buddy. Where is he? Like from like the
Albany.
city? Oh, Albany. Okay,
Yeah.
so he's like central, like upstate New York. Okay.
But great guy, killer drum player. Cam Burrill on the bass. He's like a classical bass major.
Where's he
like,
from?
He's from Arizona, like
Okay.
Phoenix area, I believe. And he's killer on the bass. Just classical bass major, knows his instrument extremely well.
Nice.
And then Thomas Miralles on guitar from Texas.
Nice.
And he's the same as Cam, like just knows his instrument super well.
Yeah.
He's been touring for a really long time, since he was in high school. And so
Wow.
he's just killer.
Yeah.
He's also like just got a good ear. Like he's been producing some stuff and doing demos and
Nice.
he's got a great ear. He's kind of like MD. Like he's helping build the songs and
yeah.
just great guys, man. And then we've added a keys player, John Lowry,
Ooh, okay.
and dude, he's killer as well. Just like
keys are like a nice little like bonus. Like
yeah,
like
it's
a
super
cheat
cool.
code
Like
to have on
because we're
there.
not running any tracks or anything, so
Yeah.
it's like it adds so much to just fill the room with some like atmospheric like sound. And then I love a good like country like Western piano,
Yeah.
and so he can do all that as well, which is awesome.
Sick.
So, but yeah, the guys in the band are great. They're all great guys. Not causing any trouble.
It's important
They're on
to have
time.
that. Do you have a TM or a merch guy yet?
No,
Or-
we're doing it all.
Doing it all yourselves
Yeah.
is kind of cool too. Dude.
But I will say that my management handles a lot.
Yeah.
They're killing it with that stuff as well. But no, we're just running it by ourselves right now. I mean, like we're not handling a whole lot. Like I'll just be like, hey, I'll be at the merch table and
yeah.
go back there. So, but no, it's been great, man. The guys are awesome. We can sit in a truck and talk the whole time
Yeah.
and not talk about the same thing twice, which is super cool. Like
Yeah.
to know like you can like have a conversation and just openly talk with the guys and enjoy it. We enjoy the time together.
That's the best part about the road, dude. And you'll miss those moments in the truck or in the van or whatever you're in when you're in the bus, dude, because it's like in the bus, guys can just go to their bunks and you don't have that enclosed space where it's like you and the guys, just those funny moments. Like those are some of my favorite moments since I moved to Nashville, were those 13-hour drives to Texas in the van, dude, and talking with the guys and wherever the conversation would go,
it's
the best.
That's what everybody says is like you'll miss the van days, the truck days. But it's been awesome, man. I mean, and there's no better way to get to know your band,
Yeah.
Like you're stuck in the car for, 10 plus hours going who knows where. And, you get to know a lot about the guys and, it goes so much deeper than just music. get to know them on like a personal level, you know, more than just, hey, we're playing this song.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're just such great guys to be around. So
Yeah, and it sounds like they're all invested, dude, which is
yeah,
the biggest
that's
thing.
the cool thing.
They feel invested and they're growing with you in
Yeah.
this thing, dude.
Yeah, because when we're playing for nothing, you know, like
Yeah.
they're not in it for the money. So, yeah, they're great, man. Couldn't ask for better guys to be with.
That's awesome. So what do we got as far as new music coming?
Yeah, we've got an EP. I
Hell yeah.
guess coming out next month. Yeah, it's August. So looking for an EP in September. And it's got a couple really cool songs on there that I'm super pumped about.
Sick.
So,
Sick.
but yeah, that's kind of what's up next, and then just touring out the rest of the year, which that was my goal for this year, was to play as many shows as we could, and we've played some great shows this year, and we've got some great shows coming. So I'm just super excited for really next month to Thanksgiving. We're playing a lot of shows.
Yeah.
So just super thankful, you know, super thankful for what we've got.
Yeah, you'll have something to talk about at Thanksgiving, all these different shows that you went to, dude.
For sure.
That's freaking awesome, man. Hey, I appreciate you taking the time to come out here and do this,
Thank you
man.
for having me.
The freedom hat looks good on you, too, by the way. I'm glad
Thank
you
you.
grabbed that one. I got more merch in the truck. We'll hook you up with some stuff. And anytime you want to do a round or a Raise Rowdy show, we'd love to have you. I know we've been messaging back and forth on a date that would work for our losers stuff. So
Yeah.
We'd love to have you, dude. And thank you so much for coming on, and love watching the rocket ship take off, dude.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
I can't wait to see where it is and when the EP comes out and all of that, dog. So everybody can find you. It's Eli Winders Music, right?
Yes, sir.
Eli Winders Music and EliWinders.com for all the tour dates, bro. It's exciting stuff, man. You're at a great place to where you'll look back. We're looking back to where you were a year ago, and then you'll fast forward a year and look back to where you were now and where you are then. Like, it's a fun time, dude. So enjoy every second of it. Seriously.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, thank you so much to Eli Winders for coming on. Y'all be sure to be on the lookout for the new music. Check out his stuff, Spotify, Apple, and of course, the website, EliWinders.com. And be on the lookout for all the tour dates. Tucker Wetmore tour coming up, the show with Evan, and more stuff I'm sure that'll be popping up and getting announced over time.
Yeah, we've got a couple we're getting ready to announce, I guess.
Sick.
Couple more here and there. So hope to see you at a show.
Hell yeah. Well, you guys, thank you as always for watching, listening. Be sure to like, rate, subscribe. Tell your mama and them. For more on us, visit raisedrowdy.com. Shout out to our friends from Surfside, Iced Tea Vodka. Check out the lemonade. Visit Surfside, drink Surfside on the socials, and they are available everywhere. They just came out with that new green tea and that new lemonade variety pack that is supposed to be very, very good from what I've heard. So for my man Eli, I'm Matt Burrill. This has been Outside the Round.